All right. So, welcome to JenniSHOW number 8. This is the lingerie slumber party. We decided that since so many people asked for a lingerie show, we might as well give it to you. So here I am wearing several of my fancy lingerie items. We also have Terry, whom is our personal servant for the day, wearing my thigh-high boots and my silk robe.
I've been a very bad boy.
He's looking divine. And we also have Carla wearing one of my silk nighties.
Catholic girl gone bad.
All of Joffrey's clothes are supplied by he himself. So we're going to be having a slumber party type evening, you know, asking questions, getting down and dirty and so forth. So follow along. You're going to love it.
All right. Well, we have some viewer mail for everyone. Dan from Execulink wants to know, does Jenni have any tattoos or piercings that we don't know about?
Well, there are none that you don't know about. I do have a belly button piercing, but I think everybody's seen it. Just in case, I'll show everybody again. There we go. That's my belly ring. I've had it for, oh gosh, 2 years now? Maybe 2.5 years, 3 years? I don't know. I did it myself sometime in college. I pierced my own belly button. Isn't that great?
Was it painful?
It was not painful. It was difficult to do because your own belly button is like 100% scar tissue, so it's all very tough skin, which you probably don't even want to hear. But it did not, in fact, hurt, and it was quite easy. And other than that, there are no tattoos, no other fancy piercings except for my ears. That's it. I'm really quite mundane.
Colin from Canada wants to know, Jenni, how big is too big?
You know, I'm going to have to say here, based on personal experience, that 9 inches and over is too big. 8 inches is kind of iffy, depending on the girth. But 9 inches and over is definitely too big, because frankly, like, you know, that's hitting like internal organs there that really shouldn't even be involved in the whole sexual process.
So, Jessie wants to know, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened on one of Jenni's dates?
That's a good question, because really I'm quite boring on a date. I would have to say...
Just kidding. You said it, not me.
Okay. This is actually my very first date when I was 12 years old. I went to the movies with a boy. In fact, we saw The Fly 2. It was some kind of first date movie. But anyway, after the movie was over, we were waiting for his grandma to come pick us up from the movies. And he made some kind of joke about wine, dine, and 69. And being 12, I didn't really know what 69 was. So I said something like, oh, but I don't want to get pregnant. And he said, you can't get pregnant from 69ing. And I said, I know, but it leads to other things that could. Trying to cover up for, yeah, it was a really lame save, and I think he fell right through it. But I ended up dating him for like another 3.5 years, so obviously it didn't put him off too bad. But that was pretty embarrassing, especially later on when I actually learned what 69ing meant.
Michael from Canada. We have a lot of Canadian writers today. Wants to know, Jenni, are your breasts real?
Yes, they are. If I were going to get implants, frankly, I would have gotten them bigger than this. I mean, these are, they're nice and all, but, you know, they're hardly breasts that I think people would pay for. So, yeah, in fact...
I'd pay for those breasts.
I think your breasts are fine, Joffrey.
No, not to have them on me.
Joffrey should never covet someone else's breasts.
No.
That's something my grandmother said, and I stay true to that even now.
What do you all think of implants? I think that they're rather unattractive personally, because like breasts kind of dangle. They don't like just stay up like this by themselves.
I think even if you watch the movie Titanic, Kate Winslet's implants are actually very nice because when she's standing upright you can't really tell. But the thing about implants is when you're laying on your back or when you're laying on your side, they still stick straight out, and that's not what breasts do. Breasts kind of
Go with the flow.
They slope, they slide.
How do you know that Kate Winslet has implants?
Because she's laying on her back sideways, and they're both still pointing to the ceiling.
Ah.
Those aren't real. They're very nice implants. They're very high-quality implants, but they're still not real. I'm so sorry to tell you that.
I feel, can I say something real quick? I feel like the problem with implants is not so much in the looks, because let's face it, beauty does not have to be natural, because I don't think there is a lot natural about beauty. I mean, if you look at magazine covers, they're very tainted, very, you know what I mean, they touch it up.
Airbrushed.
Exactly. So to me, the problem with the implants is the feel. They look great when you touch them, and it's just not quite right.
So what do they feel like?
They don't feel fleshy. They feel more like what's that kind of toy? And it's not full of sand really, but you know, it's very squeezable, but at the same time very tight. It feels kind of rubberish, but at the same time it's just not right. You want to feel flesh, you know. There's no sin in touching an implant. It's almost impersonal. It's too clean.
I do not have implants. I must tell the audience this.
Carla's been blessed.
Just in case someone's wondering, I do not have implants. That was a natural jiggle.
Exactly.
Kind of like Jello.
Jiggle.
Yeah, that's another good way to tell. If a woman is walking down the street not wearing a bra, if her breasts bounce when she walks, those are real. If the breasts follow her motions,
if she's jogging,
those are not real.
All right, well, we have another one from Ken, who wants to know, Jenny, do you remember when and where you had your first orgasm?
Haha, yes I do. In fact, I would like to take this moment to personally thank Eric Smeltz, his terrible name.
Melts.
Yes, okay. So I was just after my 14th birthday. I had been dating that guy that I'd been dating for a while, and he and I had lots of sex, but like nothing had ever happened for me. You know, it was always just kind of, I would always wonder, I wonder if that was an orgasm, or oh, that was nice, maybe that was an orgasm.
That was nice.
But I was never sure. So I started fooling around with Eric Smeltz, and this is the first time I experienced oral sex. So I would go over to his apartment while his mom was away, and he was like 15, and he had black satin sheets and a water bed. So tell me what that means. But anyway, so like I would just lay there, and for like 2 hours he would just give me oral sex, like nonstop, like not even asking for anything back. And I would just lay there
and come up for air.
Occasionally, but not often. No.
Wow.
And I would lay there and I would look at the ceiling and I would just think, if he does this for 1 second longer, I'm going to die. It's like I felt like I was going to die.
In a good way or a bad way?
In the best possible way. in the best way you can possibly imagine. And that's what did it for me. And then I went back. Damn cats.
You got them all hot and bothered.
That's right. And then I went back to the boyfriend that I had been dating, and suddenly, like, we were having sex once, and it happened. And I thought, that was an orgasm. There was no wondering. I wonder if that was an orgasm. It happened. That was it. So, although I did not have an orgasm with Eric Smeltz, he taught me how to enjoy rather than just, like, being uptight and you know, pathetic. So, thank you, Eric Smeltz, for that probably 20 accumulated hours of oral sex we had. I love you. Actually, 3 of my best friends lost their virginity to that same guy.
I guess shared memories, that's good.
One of my friends actually came to school one morning and said, Jenny, I'm so proud of myself. I held out a week longer than Hannah. So it was actually pretty much all of my friends lost their virginity to this guy.
Now, is this just, I don't know, a misconception on my part, or do boys discover orgasms pretty early on?
It's about 8.
12.
Actually,
11 maybe.
About 11 or 12.
Yeah, I think most girls don't figure out how to get there until they're a lot older.
Yeah, I think I definitely learned comparatively young. Now, my of course drawback was that I didn't learn how to masturbate until like just a few months ago. Whereas I think most people do it completely the reverse. So that was my bane. But yes, I learned how to have orgasms quite early. Well, thank you, God.
This is kind of related, but Jessica from Hotmail needs advice from Jenny on what kind of vibrator or dildo she should purchase. I'm not sure why she thinks that you might be an expert, but I guess you are.
I know plenty, sweetheart. My advice is to get if you're gonna do it right. Don't get one of those like little cheap things. For the longest time, I would get like those $8 like back massager things that you find in like drugstores. But those things break after like 10 minutes, which is usually not long enough. So you're sitting there, you know, you've got like this broken vibrator, and you're like, damn it, knocking it on the thing, and you're like, work, and it won't work. So my recommendation is to invest. I would say like $60. It's worth the money. Invest the $60 and get one of those like back massager things. I use like the Flex Easy Reach, or it's actually made for like sports massages. Like they show people like massaging their legs with it, and massaging their backs, and it's great. It's great. It plugs into the wall, which is less convenient, and it's also like huge. But I mean, that's where it gets all of the power from. One of those little things that's going to go, and that's no good. You want something that's going like, you would like have to power it up before you use it.
Sort of like a lawnmower.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the other ones are nice. They're more of a novelty, but I would say it's more power for your buckage.
The Harley of vibrators.
Yes.
Jessica had a part 2 to this, which I don't know if Jenni will be interested in accommodating, but she wants to know if Jenni would feature and describe her collection.
Not this show. Maybe next show. Got to get them all organized,
lined up,
like disinfected and so forth. So yes, maybe next show we'll show off my collection, but not this one.
Can you believe it? Terry's looking shocked, and he's the man, like, in the rubber boots and the nightie.
Jenni, stop! That's wrong! This is going to come back and haunt me when I'm in politics.
Terry for president. Okay, we have one more question. Our friend Bob.
Terry needs a spanking for that.
I'm a bad boy! I'm sure I like it.
All right.
Okay. Well, there's one more, slightly more family-oriented question. Bob wants to know, Jenni, what is your favorite cartoon character?
Oh, actually, he wanted to know what was my favorite Warner Brothers cartoon character, because my favorite overall cartoon character is undoubtedly Winnie the Pooh. But if we're going Warner Brothers only, I'm going to have to stick with Yosemite Sam, because the redheads have got to stick together. And that man can curse like nobody's business.
Assalamu alaikum, baby.
But not to cut off the conversation, but we have some pretty important Jenni news to discuss. First
I'm gonna lace up his boots since they're coming undone while I answer questions.
First of all, this is Jenni's 2-year anniversary for the JenniCam.
Woohoo! Yeah, actually. Woo! Woo! Yesterday was JenniCam's 2-year anniversary. So, isn't that wild? Has it been that long already? But
My, how time flies.
how times like memories,
like the corners of this room.
And not only that, but Jenni has also been officially condemned by the Catholic Church. Do you have any comments on that whole situation?
That was actually quite humorous. It turns out that Mr. Leo Hindry was not saying the bad things that everybody thought he was. He was misquoted. He was an unfortunate victim of misquotation, as almost everybody is in the media nowadays. The media had implied that he said that my site was, what was it?
The worst site on the internet?
Yeah, he said that, no, there was a specific phrase that he used. But anyway, saying that I was essentially some kind of like devil spawn, and that I was going to go to hell for having this website, and, you know, it was immoral and so forth. But, and somebody asked me to make a comment about it, which I did. I responded to the article. And then they clarified for me that no, he had in fact said that I was some kind of a lost soul, and that the people that come to my site are also missing something emotionally, and that if the church had gotten to them earlier, that maybe they wouldn't have turned out so weird. But the thing that I find the funniest is that Mr. Leo Hindry is the director for a cable company, one of the largest cable companies in the world. And this cable company happens to carry the Playboy channel, the Spice channel, and several pay-per-view porn channels. Now, if he's concerned about me, this man has got some serious priority problems, because anything that I do is intensely tame compared to what you're going to see there. So my feeling is essentially that this guy is afraid that people are going to start using the internet more, and they're not going to want to watch his porn channels anymore, and he's going to lose market share. So that's my feeling. I think he's just jealous.
That's probably close to the truth.
And we now have a perfectly laced boot once again.
Well, so Jenni, you were recently, well, today Jenni was filmed for E, the cable channel.
Yes.
And you were recently on the Lisa show, and I guess Terry and I are particular fans of talk shows. We wanted to talk about your talk show circuit. And what was your Lisa experience like?
So this show has been sponsored by the letter E.
Lisa and E Entertainment. Yeah, the Lisa show, I went out on a Saturday, spent Sunday and Monday kind of hanging around with the parents, and then on Tuesday we had a limo come pick us up to take us to the studio. And everybody on the staff was great. They were seriously some of the nicest people, and they were very nice to me. They were great. They did great hair and makeup, everything. I looked great on Lisa. I'll definitely let you know when I know when it's going to come out. But as soon as we got out in front of the audience, you know, Lisa was very nice to me. The audience hated me. They hated me. They kept asking harassing questions and telling me that I'm some kind of, you know, demented person. And they had a psychologist on that said that I need some kind of mental help. And it was incredible. You're going to have to watch the show. I will definitely let everybody know when it's going to be on. But it was just, they hated me. They massacred me. But apparently the people at Lisa were so impressed with how good my speaking skills are and so forth, not that you would know it based on the Jenni show, that they want to have me back on the Lisa show, just myself, rather than like with some other people on a panel. They want to have me on just by myself, and they're also talking to the people at Politically Incorrect, trying to get me on that show. So it may turn out that me being roasted at the stake was actually quite good for my publicity.
Well, was it kind of fun anyways, even though everyone was kind of like, you're going to hell?
No. The experience overall was fun, but the taping of the show itself was rather disturbing. And also, they brought in 3 of my fans from one of the local colleges there to sort of be on my side. They were like the only people on my side. But just in case you 3 guys are watching, I just wanted to say I love you. You guys were so great, and thank you so much for sticking up for me when like everybody else was just blasting me. You guys are super.
Well, the Today Show was better than the Lisa show, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Today Show was really rather neutral, and they were quite nice about it. And even though they took 2 days, 10 hours each day, wrecking my apartment to do it, they ended up doing a relatively nice piece. So that was okay.
Did you have fun filming?
No. I hate filming TV shows. I hate it because they come in here and they bring equipment and they take all day setting up, and they want pictures of me pretending to sleep, and they want pictures of me pretending to get changed, and pictures of me pretending to shower, and it's so humiliating. I hate it. And if you ask me why I do it, I don't even have a good reason, you know. My reason is that they asked and I didn't want to say no. But I'm saying no now. I'm saying no. No more TV. I hate it.
But you did E today, right?
Yeah, you should mention E though.
Yeah, actually, the people at E were really nice. They only spent like 3.5 hours here, which is definitely the shortest shoot I've ever had. They didn't make me do anything stupid. I was like, you mean you don't want me to like sleep or get changed or anything? They're like, can you pretend to eat ice cream and work on your computer? And I thought, oh yeah, I can do that. Of course it's vegan ice cream, just so people don't blast me about me eating ice cream. But yeah, so I sat in front of the computer and like ate vegan ice cream and worked on my computer for like, you know, half an hour, and they zoomed around me, took some pictures, and they were out. So I just like to say, thank you, E. You guys were nice. It was like the least annoying interview I've ever done.
Are there any talk shows that you wouldn't go on?
I was actually asked to be on the Ricky Lake show. They offered me an appearance fee of $1,500. I will not be doing Ricky Lake, because if I thought the Lisa people hated me, the Ricky Lake people would actually probably come up on the stage and start pulling my hair out. So, no Ricky Lake. No Ricky.
I take it no Jerry Springer?
No Jerry Springer. No, I would only go more reputable, not less reputable.
You do Oprah.
I would do Oprah.
Oprah, like,
I'm going to sound terrible. Somebody's going to clip that out saying, like, I would do Oprah. No, I would be on Oprah.
She'd be like, let's read a book together.
Have you ever read a book from the Oprah Book Club?
Not on purpose.
Oh. Not even She's Come Undone, or?
I may have, but I didn't realize that it was part of Oprah's book club, so it would have been accidental.
I mean, it is kind of like sickeningly feel good, the whole Oprah book club, but it is kind of nice that she's getting people that probably wouldn't ordinarily read. They read these books just because Oprah endorses them. So in a way, it's kind of cool.
We just love the book, Oprah.
That's very cool.
We just
And then
love
Oprah says, no, I didn't like it. Right, Oprah, we didn't like the book either. Damn this book. So, somebody asked me if I'm going to have a Jenni book club. No. Now, what I should say is that I've gotten a whole bunch of CDs that I haven't been reviewing, and I've been very delinquent about it. I've gotten a whole bunch of CDs. A band called Gage gave me some CDs, and they're pretty cool. A band called Lather made a CD called Just Married, and actually the first song on it is called Camera, and it's written about and sung for me. It's a song all about the JenniCam, and they're pretty cool. They're pretty rockin'. And I also just got a CD for a band called Ann Summers, and they kick butt. If Ann Summers is coming anywhere near you, definitely go see them. They are really, really good. No Jenni songs or anything. They just kick butt.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
And as a target, we're going to put the I'd rather be watching JenniCam bumper stickers. Now, seriously, I don't want this to sound like blatant commercialism, but it is. Like, this JenniSHOW thing is costing money, and so far we have, like, no way to pay for it. So if you were to buy a JenniCam bumper sticker, even if you just, like, throw it in the trash, like, it would help us to be able to afford to keep doing the JenniSHOW, keep having exciting things like spanking Terry and answering sex questions. Because if we don't get money, we can't do this anymore, and you're not going to get to hear me talk about things like stradulation anymore. So buy a bumper sticker. Right now we're going to stick one on Terry's ass, and we're all going to spank him.
How hard can we get?
You'll know.
All right. Okay, Carla, go first.
Thank you, ma'am. I have another. Thank you, ma'am. I have another. I've been bad. Oh, yes. No! No!
Okay. Well, we love you. We love you. We do. We really do. And even Terry loves you, and Terry's ass loves you. And we're going to go back to our slumber party. Right. Oh. Bye.
Come on.
I'm falling out of my teddy, damn you. Somebody's hitting Joffrey.
That's right, damn it. It's a fun thing.